In my weird quest to conquer every art medium available to me, I decided to take on the seemingly simple task of marbling ornaments. I've worked with acrylic paints for years, and there are literally tons of DIY videos on this, so let's do this, right? Maybe. Here's what happened. First, I wanted to use glass because it looks better. I didn't want them to look like a hacky, homemade Pinterest mom craft. I wanted them to be artistic. And I wanted the paint to be inside of the ornaments so they'd last forever, not chip, and still be shiny. How hard can it be? My daughter and her BFF Lacey joined me on this little trip down memory-making lane, so it was sure to be a day filled with creativity and fun. I used my scholar-level acrylics, which were way too nice for this project, and mixed them with the Liquitex pouring medium. I'd read this was a better and pricier option than Floetrol, at least for acrylic pouring on canvas, and nothing says great art like spending more money than necessary, am I right? I hope you can sense the sarcasm there. We quickly found out with this type of thick acrylic paint, a good amount of the pouring medium was needed. We used about 2 parts medium to 1 part paint and mixed them together in cups. I bought a package of popsicle sticks for this project, and I could not find them anywhere. So I used a bunch of dried/ruined paintbrushes to mix the paint. The cups were way too big, but I didn't have tiny ones, and I was too cheap to spend the $20 more on the little pouring bottles on Amazon, so giant solo cups would have to do. This turned out to be pretty annoying, so I will not make that same mistake again. After mixing, we gave the cups a good tapping on the counter to get rid of any air bubbles, although this doesn't seem to be a problem with ornaments like it is with pouring on canvas. We poured one color after another and allowed them to swirl around in the ornaments. The colors were blending and marbling beautifully. I tried tapping them lightly on the tablecloth covered counter to move the paint inside, but these ornaments are much thinner than they seem, and I broke one and cracked 2 more. No worries, this was my experiment batch. This is the time to learn. We hung the ornaments upside down on our useless paintbrushes and let the paint drip out. And drip it did. So much paint dripped, and I couldn't believe how much we'd added. And we noticed that as the paint dripped out, the colors blended together and the marbling was almost totally gone. This was a bit disappointing, but the colors were still beautiful, so okay. Anna suggested we pour the lightest color on first onto the bottom of the ball and then add darker colors so they wouldn't overpower or cover the lighter one, and she was right. It worked perfectly and the marbling stayed together. These were incredible. Here was my Insta story following this event.
Today Anna had her super artsy friend over, Lacey, whom I adore. And so I thought it would be really fun to do some acrylic pour ornaments. They look like. They ended up being really cool. We marbled some of them.
And here was my next Insta story the following morning.
Okay, so here's what happened. We made those swirly acrylic pour marbly ornaments the other day. They're glass, they're awesome. They were. So what I didn't know after I used the best acrylic paint possible, and I spent a fortune on the Floetrol stuff or whatever it's called to make it pour easier. It's a pouring medium. So I left them upside down all night thinking, yeah, they need time to dry, right? Because all the tutorials and everything said dry them. Like, hang them upside down to dry. So I did, but I didn't know that you shouldn't dry them more than a couple hours, because this is what happens. Yeah, all the paint falls out, guys. As if that's not hilarious enough that an entire half day's work is gone. I mean, it was for fun. We have these crazy winds in Yorba Linda, like crazy Santa Ana winds. So I boxed everything up because it looked like rain. I thought it was going to rain. It did. We were going to have a giant windstorm last night. It not only took the ornaments off of the counter where they were sheltered from the rain, it pulled them out of the boxes in their trays, almost every single one. So the funny part is, these are the ones whose paint stayed in. So these were the good ones. This is what it did.
Yes, this was a huge fail. I was determined though. I wanted swirly twirly ornaments, and a little gravity followed by a massive tornado in Southern California was not going to stop me. I went back to Michael's and bought the cheapest liquid acrylics in those dumb bottles they give to elementary school kids, but unfortunately the colors weren't nearly as bright and awesome. We've all heard this a million times, but due to COVID-19, they had like 4 bottles of paint in the entire aisle. What, did everyone just decide to start painting in lockdown? Is this like a thing now? Anyway, the paint colors were but I got them anyway. I got back home, and by the time I was done with work, dinner, kids, whatever else, I covered my kitchen counter in the biggest mess you've ever seen and just went for it. I opened those cheap bottles and poured away. No pouring medium, just the paint in the ornaments. One after the other, they dripped and flowed together. To make the colors brighter, I did use a few of my fancy paints, and this time I mixed them with a little water to thin them out. This was a bit trickier, and I had to just eye it to get the right consistency. And you know what? They were great. Okay, the real test was hanging them upside down, but only for a little while. So back I went to my nemesis, Hobby Lobby, and bought ornaments to replace the broken ones and the cheapest paints imaginable. I think they were like 89 cents, but they had fantastic colors. All right, well, today it's raining, so I have set up shop inside on my table. We've got a plastic tarp over the table and this styrofoam thing that, I don't know, packed a laptop or something. So I put popsicle sticks in there, so we're gonna hang the ornaments upside down right there. And then to keep it from going off the table, I just put this tinfoil wall. And I curled up the corners because it does drip quite a bit, as you saw in the last part. So I'll put that on both sides and get to work. All right, these are the colors I've chosen. They're all really bright, funky, hot pink, red, chartreuse green, turquoise, orange, whatever. Okay, I got a couple in metallics, which I thought were really cool. This pearly white, and then this pearly like ballet slipper beigey pink. That's awesome. Then I have 3 sizes of ornaments that I found. Here's the super big one. Then I have a medium size and a small one. And the big ones came in packs of 4, and this one is in a pack of 12. So we'll see. Let's do it. But first we carefully take off the top. At this point, I just poured the paints from the bottle spout directly into the top of the ornament, and one by one, the colors marbled together. No pouring medium, no water, just the paints and the glass. These really marbled and didn't blend, which was exactly what I wanted. I just thought of something. I think I'm going to put these little tinfoil bowl things under each one of these ornaments to dry. So that because I'm in my dining room, I don't want the paint to go everywhere. So I'll just make a little bowl like that and the paint will stay in there, you know, theoretically. Tapping worked well, but once all the colors were inside the glass ball, I found it worked best to shake it and cover all the empty spots. I put the lid back on by squeezing the little metal prongs together and setting it over the top. Then I covered the hole with one finger so the paint wouldn't splatter everywhere. And I shook it until the colors saturated the glass and there were no more blank spaces. I set them upside down for about 3 hours, setting a timer every 30 minutes to turn them so the paint didn't puddle while it was drying. The rotating worked perfectly, and now I have a fun new collection of bright and colorful handmade ornaments. I love the simplicity of the smooth outside while the inside of the glass is full of movement. The combination of modern and fun is just what I hoped it would be. I hope you learned a little something, or at least what not to do when making painted glass ornaments. If you enjoyed this video, I would love it if you would subscribe, like, and share, and whatever else I'm supposed to ask you to do. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Now go make something amazing.